What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a few weeks and I apologize, but now I'm back. Had so much going on lately and this has not been making things any easier. I've had to cancel trips, call all these banks, companies, cancel this, cancel that, talking with immigration for my dad, contacting lawyers, school work, online Zoom calls, all of this. Yeah, whatever. You guys don't want to hear the excuses. And I really shouldn't have any excuses because I should have had a video for you guys on Saturday. However, I did get this light set in. I made it myself and check this out. Super dope. It says hustle on it with a money sign. I just really love the sign when I saw it online. And I was like, you know what? I have to buy one. And then I went online to see how much they cost and they were over $300. And I was like, no, thank you. I really don't like to spend that much money on stuff like this. So I was like, you know what? I want to take matters into my own hands and make it myself. Self-made neon light, really just LEDs that look like neon lights. As you guys can see, I did kind of an okay job. You can still see some wires here and there. I mean, you guys let me know what you guys think about that sign. I think it looks really dope. Really good touch to this background. And I kind of had to move things around so you guys can see it. And hopefully it's some inspiration for you guys to hustle and grind and do what you want to do, because that's really what I try to push on this channel. Anyways, that being said, today I'm going to be talking about money mistakes that you should avoid in your 20s. So I'm currently 22. I'm turning 23 this month. I do only have 3 years in my 20s, so I can't really speak for what's to come in the next 7 years, but I can almost assure you guys that I've experienced big money mistakes already. They haven't really impacted me financially, but they do suck, and I do want to inform you guys. That way you guys don't make the same mistakes that I did, and you guys are financially better off in the future. Whether you guys are teenagers still or you guys are going into your 20s, it doesn't matter. This video really goes for anybody, probably even 30s and 40s. A lot of people just are not financially educated, so that's what I'm here for today. And I have 4 things on the list, and I'm going to be giving you guys problems and solutions to every single one of them. That way you guys can fix these problems if you guys have them, or you guys can just avoid them overall. So the first mistake most people make, and it's one that I made, however, I wouldn't count it as the biggest mistake I've made just because I am kind of satisfied with it, and that is buying a new car or a newer car. So as you guys know, cars can get super expensive, and most of the time people can't pay them up front. So what they do is they basically take out a loan to pay the car, and they're paying that loan on a monthly basis. And this loan can go for up to 8 years, I think now. Before it only used to be like 6 years. And this creates a huge debt for that person. Let's say you buy my car, for example, which cost me around $20,000. I'm paying around, I'm gonna give you guys the numbers exactly, $315 a month. That's a nice chunk of change that you guys can use to put towards something else that will make you more money in the future. In a whole year, that equals to just under $4,000. So you guys can imagine what you guys can do with that money. So the solution for this problem actually has several options. The first one, which if you still want to go ahead and get a car, would be to get an older car. I know you might not be satisfied 100% with the car because it is older and you want all the new technology in it. However, you're gonna have to sacrifice some things if you don't want to pay that large amount and get into debt. So if you really want to go with the max savings, just buy the cheapest car you can. Buy a hoopty, probably won't come with AC. It'll probably barely drive. You'll probably be paying repairs for it. And these cars are not recommended, but they are cheap. And if you want to constantly keep buying these cars, you can go ahead. I've heard people buy cars for hundreds of dollars. I think I had a friend in high school that bought a car for $100. And I'm sure she had problems with it, but it got her from A to B. But then those repairs probably cost her a little more. So in this case, it would be better to buy a cheap couple $1,000 car that you know is reliable. For example, Toyotas and Hondas, specifically Corollas and Civics, because those cars seem to last forever. Or if you guys want to go with the cheapest route overall, you guys can literally just get a bike. That'll be the cheapest option. I know you don't have a motor, it'll take a lot of work. You got good exercise though, but it isn't the most efficient. You can also go with a scooter. They are motorized vehicles, so I don't know how the rules may be in different states, but I know in Florida you don't need car insurance. Also, another thing you have to take into consideration is the gas. When you have a car, gas can get kind of expensive, especially if you're driving a lot. I know for my car, it takes just around $30 to $35 to fill it up on premium gas. And that's because I drive a Jetta. It's a sedan, doesn't really take a lot of gas, doesn't have a huge gas tank. However, when you get a scooter or a motorcycle, but sometimes you need like insurance stuff for motorcycles and a license, it is way cheaper. I've heard people fill up their scooters and motorcycles for literally just a gallon, and it lasts them a week or 2 because they don't really eat up that much gas. So with those several options, you guys can decide which is better for you. If you think you can get off with a bike because your job is just around the corner, and then maybe you can just borrow your mom's car whenever she's not using it to go different places or whatever. Or if you're driving just a little bit further distance, then go ahead and spend just around $1,000 to get a scooter, because you can get a used one or even a new one for that price. And like I said, gas costs you like, what nowadays is below $2, so it won't stay like that forever, but you know, it will be the cheaper option than getting a new car or even an older car. The second mistake to avoid has to do with debt, and that is taking out loans and credit cards. So I know it it may seem enticing to take out loans because you see it as free money. The bank is giving you money, and just to swipe your credit cards because you don't have to pay it back for a few months, or you can just pay it back monthly with very small payments. But the reason they do this is to get you to pay more money through interest. This is how the banks make money. And most people fall into this trap, and it ends up hurting them a lot because they sometimes get into a debt that they can't pay. So the solution to this is to only spend the money that you have. A better solution would be to just use your credit cards, but only spend the money that you have. So let's say you need to buy something. Most people would pay for it with a debit card or cash. However, you can use your credit card to gain points, which is basically you can use it for cash back, flights, or other stuff that your credit card company offers. However, I personally like to liquidate those reward points and get cash back. And I recommend you guys to do the same, but only spend it if you have that money in your bank account. If you have $1,000 in your bank account and you're gonna swipe a credit card for $2,000, that's a no-go. You're not gonna be able to pay it back, and you're gonna pay back more because of the interest. Now, you have $1,000 in the bank account and you gotta buy a battery for your car or whatever, go ahead and swipe the credit card. It's probably gonna be $100, and then you got yourself 1% back, which is like $1, or sometimes 2%, 3%, 4%, up to 5%. I've even heard some companies give up to 10% if you swipe at certain stores. That's something you guys have to do your research on, but I really hope you guys take it into consideration to get that cash back because that's free money. You can even think of it as a discount on buying things. Okay, so moving on to the next money mistake to avoid in your 20s. This one is very subjective, but what I say is meant to help you be financially better, but it's up to your discretion to do what you want to do with your money. I'm not here to tell you what to do with it. I'm just here to give you suggestions and say what I personally think is best. And this is going out. A lot of people love to go out. I live in a college town, and obviously all there is to do is to go out, party, drink, spend money on drugs, alcohol, and all the wrong things. And I know I said drugs, but it is college, and that's what happens out here. But the reason I say it's subjective is because if you're comfortable going out, having fun, partying, spending money here and there, then by all means do you. That's what you want to do. Go ahead, have fun. The goal in life is to have fun. It's not to feel like you're tied up all the time on life. But me personally, I've already had my days where I went out every single day. I partied like crazy. I do go to FSU, and it is a huge party school, so it kind of is brought onto you. So it's easier for me to say that instead of going out, I invest that time to do things that are more important. For example, you can use that time to make more money and use that money to make you more money and just constantly repeat that. Or you can use that money to spend time with your family. I personally like to invest my time into smarter things, into learning, into spending time with my girlfriend. Obviously, my family doesn't live with me, but when I get the chance, I'll go down south and visit them. Use your time wisely because you only have so much of it. And I know it's easy to go out when everybody's pushing you to go out. Hey, come on, let's go out, get some drinks, whatever. Some of you might be too young to even do that, but you guys will get it one day. In the future, later on, when you have all the money in the world, you can go ahead and buy bottles at the clubs. Go buy tables, spend your money on champagne bottles, liquor, beer, whatever you want. Go ahead and do all that. Just hustle first and have fun later. Because if you have fun now, it's gonna cost you a lot more to hustle later. And I hate to say it, but unfortunately that's the truth. And the older you get, not only do you get lazier, but you also stick to your old habits. So if you don't change now, you're not gonna change ever. Last but not least, one of the biggest money mistakes I see nowadays, just because it's in the era that we live in, and it is to spend money on luxury items. A lot of people will only have $500 in the bank, and they'll go out and spend it on a Gucci hat, for example. And that's a terrible idea. I think we can all agree on that. You can use that money on way smarter things, because if you spend all that money on that Gucci hat, okay, what does that do to you? You might have a picture for the gram, you might look good, you might feel good, but then what do you have to eat? What do you have to pay rent with? What do you have to pay your car with? You don't. You have anything. You spend all your money. And the same thing goes for buying luxury bags, luxury cars, luxury phones. I'm not saying to buy a phone, just you don't need to go out and buy the latest one. Like this right here was $1,000 or $1,100, I don't even know, but it's just not worth it if you have other priorities in line. So instead, what you can do with those thousands of dollars that you're spending on designer items, on luxury items, on friggin' iPhones that it costs over $1,000, these are literally thousands of dollars we're talking about. You can use that money to make you more money and buy you a second iPhone, or buy you another bag, or 10 more bags, or 20 more bags, whatever you want to buy with that money. These thousands of dollars is literally the money that you can use to start your businesses. It only takes a few $1,000s to start up some businesses, especially online. You can make money on Instagram, you can make money on YouTube literally for free, and you probably already have that iPhone. So why not use that $1,000 iPhone to start recording, make YouTube videos, make TikToks, make Instagram videos, do something entertaining, bring value to people. Once you bring that value to those people, the money will start coming in. So the overall goal of this video is obviously to inform you guys to not make these mistakes in your 20s and implement the solutions that I spoke about. And that's not the only solutions. There's other solutions obviously, but these are just the ones that come to my head and the ones that I've used previously in the past to get over the problems. But the main goal here is if you want to do all these things that really cost a lot of money, yes, people want the Lamborghini, Lamborghinis, they want the Gucci bags, they want the Louis Vuitton bags, Balenciagas, they want to go out, buy bottles, look good on the gram, look cool. Whatever it is that you're looking to do, it's gonna cost you money. So the best way to make money here is to make it passively. In the simplest terms possible, the way I see passive income is to make money automatically. Your money is just a money machine. It's just making more and more. Your business is a money making machine. And a quote that I want to give you guys, to not trade your time for money, but trade your money for time. Try to get out of the mindset of thinking that you have to go to work just to make money, because technically you're trading your time to go into work, you're clocking in, you're getting paid hourly for your time. Use your money to build you a business to make you more money. That way you have more free time to spend on whatever you want to do. And then later on, like I said, when you have all the money in the world, you can use it to have whatever you want. I know money doesn't buy happiness, but it sure as hell does buy a lot of other things. Anyways, guys, that's it for today. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe and turn your post notifications so you guys don't miss out on any future videos just like this one. And if you guys already do, thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate all you guys that give me your support, because it really does mean a lot, especially when you guys comment down below and also DM me. However you guys decide to contact me, it really does mean a lot, and it pushes me to keep making these videos. So thank you to all those that do that. Anyways, guys, that's it for today. I will see you guys in the next one.